everybody, welcome back to the Royal Read. I am so glad you decided to stop by and see what I'm reading on. But before we get started, y'all know how we do it over here. We do our shout outs first and then we get into the podcast. And let me tell you, we have so much to talk about. I'm telling you, Harry and Meghan has given us so much. They have given us so much to talk about. I'm telling you, they knocked it out of the park, and I am just over the moon about how this whole trip turned out. I really am. So, but let's get to our shout outs and then we'll get into the podcast. And first up is Miss Heather Stroud. Heather is the best. She is absolutely no nonsense. She says what she needs to say. She doesn't hold back when it comes to those left behinds over there. Heather is the best, like I said, and I am so grateful and so thankful that she is a part of this community. So thank you, Heather. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. And Ella Gully, our girl Ella, she left us for a little bit, but she's back, and I am so happy and so grateful that she is back. I missed her. I did. So thank you, Ella. Thank you for coming back. And also, thank you for being here and being such a huge part of this community. You are just everything, and I really appreciate you being here. So thank you, Ella. Thank you for the super thanks. And most of all, thank you for being here. And Yulette, my girl Yulette is so faithful. She is always coming through. She is always in those comments. She is the best. She is my co-pilot. She is like my co-pilot, and I am so grateful for her. So thank you, Yulette. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. And cool. Kat Harlem came through. Kat is so cool, and she is so kind, and she's so sweet, and she's so smart, and she's so wise. She is all of the above. She is the best, and I am so grateful and so thankful that she is a part of this community. She is one of the cornerstones of this community. She is just the best. So thank you, Kat. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for coming through. All right, y'all, we're going to play this and we'll talk on the other side. Y'all, I want to give another quick shout out to Heather Stroud, to Ella Gully, to my girl Yulette, and cool Kat Harlem. Thank y'all so very much. Y'all do what you don't have to do. Y'all come through and support the channel, and I appreciate it so very much. Y'all are the best of the best of the best of the best, and I am so lucky to have you, and don't think I don't know it. All right, y'all. Y'all know what time it is, and y'all know what I do when I am putting the read together. I hit these internet streets, and let me tell y'all, we got a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about all of the last engagements that Harry and Meghan did as they ended their private visit to Australia, and I want to stress, it was a private visit, not a royal tour or a pseudo royal tour or a fake royal tour. It was none of that. It was a private visit that absolutely showcased and highlighted who the real popular royals are, who are the real king and queen of people's hearts. We found out in real time who really has the hearts of the people. In no uncertain terms, it was plain, it was there on full display that would be Harry and Meghan. And we're going to talk about some more meltdowns. I'm telling you, these people, these flying monkeys, cannot handle the success of this tour, and it's so delicious. And we're going to talk about some of the disingenuous conversations around all of the things that Harry and Meghan has been able to accomplish on this Australian visit, and how Harry and Meghan just blew up the spot when it comes to the British media. They don't even know what to do with themselves. They absolutely have shown themselves to be exactly what they are, lying hacks. And the world is really starting to see that. I mean, people are saying it all over on all the social media platforms. They are just saying that you can't believe anything coming out of Fleet Street. None of those rags, none of the media over there across the pond can be trusted with the truth when it comes to Harry and Meghan. I have seen so many conversations being had on Australian television about how you can't trust what they're saying and how biased the British media is. That is unheard of, but it's happening, and I love it. And that includes the BBC. Out of all the news organizations, I am more disappointed with the BBC. The BBC was once respected, was a place where you could go and get the truth. And it is so apparent that the BBC is absolutely in the tank for that family over there. And that's not the way it's supposed to be. They're supposed to tell things as they are, not as they want them to be. But, looking back, this should not be surprising. I should not be disappointed, because let's not forget the BBC was involved in that whole cancer announcement when it came to Kitty sitting on the bench. Y'all remember that? And they are yet to release information about said video that they did for this announcement. You know that all of the news organizations over there filed paperwork in order to get access to this video through the Freedom of Information Act, and they have yet to comply. I wonder why. Is it something that they're hiding on this? Because my whole thing is, if you're not hiding anything, why aren't you more open about how this whole video came about? Why aren't you more open to people scrutinizing what you did in this video? Did you use AI? Why are you hiding? So this is another reason why I side-eye the BBC, because the BBC is full of it. They are. They cloak for that family over there, just like the other rags and media organizations over there. They're all one and the same. So, yeah, the BBC was very disappointing in their behavior this time around. So, we're going to talk about all of that. So, y'all know what y'all need to do. Y'all lock in. Y'all know I'm not going to keep you long, but I will keep you entertained. So, we're going to start with this. And this squatty said, now that Prince Harry's and Meghan's visit to Australia is over, what a huge success it was. I am so proud of Harry and Meghan, and so happy about the Australian people and how warmly and lovingly they got accepted. And congratulations to the Australian press for reporting things as they happen and not allowing the British press and the royal rotors to pass their own agenda. The main story to take from this trip is how Harry and Meghan proved to the world that you don't need a whole institution behind you to have a successful visit. You don't need taxpayer money. You don't need 100 people staff. And most importantly, you don't need propaganda and raw reporters to write lies. Prince Harry and Meghan are independent and privately funded. They just had a great Australian visit without the firm controlling, overseeing anything. Well done. Now back to Montecito and the kids. Rest and enjoy the peace. Service is universal. They just proved in the most affirmative way. Yes, yes, yes. I don't think I could have put it any better. That is the whole visit in a nutshell. And it just was terrific. I mean, from start to finish, it was just everything. It really, really was. And this squatty said, Australia got y'all shook. The fake poll is out. We love it for you. Amazing how the support for the monarchy has jumped from 45% a few weeks ago to 69%. Put it to a referendum. Exactly. They want us to believe that it was 45% just a few weeks ago, and all of a sudden, the approval of the royal family of the monarchy has jumped from 45% to 69%. And we all know it is a YouGov poll. Yes, we know the burial poll. Everywhere Harry and Meghan go, they are absolutely very, very popular. But when you put that same burial poll to the left behinds, not so much. You get all the boos and jeers and people absolutely trolling them in real time. These people, they really think people believe this nonsense. But I agree with this squatty. This whole visit has got them shook because they made excuses for Colombia. They made excuses for Nigeria. But they cannot make those same excuses for Australia, can they? I'm telling you, this right here is everything. It really is. It absolutely laid bare all of the lies that they have been telling about Harry and Meghan and that family. And here they still are with these fake polls and expect people to believe them. Like this squatty said, put it to a referendum. We'll see how that comes out. And here is the fake YouGov poll that this squatty is speaking of. Matt Big Head Wilkerson, he posted it and then he said, new, ahead of what would have been Queen Elizabeth II's 100th birthday, 81% of Brits poll still has a positive view of the late monarch, and 84% says she did a good job as queen. Less good news for Harry and Meghan and Andrew. I have to cackle because this is a perfect example of the cheap shots that they continue to take at Harry and Meghan, and what has made people really see through them to see that this is not them reporting the news or saying what is true, but instead it's an agenda. They're doing this in order to smear Harry and Meghan and using the Queen as a tool to do so. I cannot. I mean, what does Harry and Meghan have to do with the Queen's popularity after death? And this is the reason why they keep digging her up and putting words in her mouth and using her like a ventriloquist dummy. I mean, putting their hand up her back and moving her mouth and then putting their own words in her mouth. This is why we continue to hear from Queen Elizabeth every other day. I mean, from the grave. We're hearing from this dead woman. Why? This is the reason why, because people still have good feelings when it comes to Queen Elizabeth II, and they want to try to use her any way they can in order to further their agenda of smearing Harry and Meghan. That's all this is about. And also trying to use her to prop that family up. I just saw a new article coming out of the once respected Newsweek magazine. And you know that little piss ant, Jack Royston, is the one writing this article. And the title of the article is that Queen Elizabeth II thought Meghan was a narcissist. I kid you not. They have gotten to the point where they got the Queen saying stupid shit like this, all in the name of propping that family up, all in the name of bringing Harry and Meghan down a peg or two. That's all they want. They don't care about her legacy. And I really feel, this is my theory, I really feel that all of this about the Queen, using the Queen, is coming straight out of Buckingham Palace. Charles has greenlit all of his flying monkeys to use the Queen's legacy in order to prop him up in that family and try to save the monarchy, as well as weaponizing her popularity against Harry and Meghan. I really feel that this is what's going on here. I really feel that Charles has greenlit this. I really do. This is why we keep hearing from a dead woman on a daily basis. Charles has decided that he is willing to sacrifice Queen Elizabeth's legacy in order to try to save his own. And which makes all the sense in the world when you know what a trash individual Charles is. It is disgraceful the way they are using this dead woman in order to prop that family up and try to smear Harry and Meghan. I mean, it is no shame in these people. And they're only making themselves look like idiots and the Queen look like a bitch. They keep saying that the Queen would be angry because of what Harry and Meghan is doing, which she never, ever, ever acted or said anything in that manner while she was alive. But all of a sudden, now that she's dead, she has nothing but smoke for Harry and Meghan. She doesn't approve of anything that they do. I wonder why. But them using the dead queen like this, it just reeks of desperation. That institution is dying and they know it. And they are just trying to grasp on to anything and everything that they can, trying to save themselves. And they are willing to use the dead queen to do it. That should tell you everything you need to know about Charles and the rest of those left behinds over there. How pathetic. And this is what some of the squatties had to say about this YouGov poll. This squatty said, amazing, these same people who are polling positively were the same people who were being booed everywhere they go a short few weeks ago. Interesting. Isn't that very interesting? I mean, they even booed them on Easter Sunday. But they want us to believe that these people are popular and Harry and Meghan are not. I mean, come on. It's as if they're trying to gaslight us. Don't believe your lying eyes now. Just believe the words that are coming out of the dead queen's mouth. I cannot with these people. And this squatty said, wow, did you notice they muted the crowd? Yes, in some of the videos that they played of Harry and Meghan's crowds, because they were saying, we love you, Harry and Meghan. We love you, Meghan. We love you, Harry. They muted the sound. Yes, they did. And Reuters, one of the premier news organizations, they muted the sound. That is the reason why this squatty tagged them in her remark, because they absolutely muted the sound of people saying, I love you, Harry and Meghan. I love you, Meghan. I love you, Harry. Welcome to Australia. They muted all of that. It seems that Reuters has been infected by the virus of that family over there. It seems like they have some pull over there at Reuters, and it's so disappointing. It really is, because some news organizations you always look at with esteem, and Reuters has always been one of them. But I tell you what, they got me side-eyeing them right now. From this point on, I will always question anything coming out of Reuters, because to do something like this, that's intentional. And when you have intent, you have an agenda. You're part of a smear campaign. And that is exactly what's going on here. You cannot tell me that Warriors did this without some kind of intent. I will never believe anything coming from Warriors again. I will always question it. For me, Warriors used to be like the news Bible. Whatever Warriors said, I would accept it as being true because they never have had an agenda. At least they have never shown their agenda, but evidently when it comes to the royals, they clearly have an agenda. And so from this point on, they have tarnished their reputation with me. And also, they had a real sus article about Harry and Meghan that they published. I mean, just filled with misinformation and lies. I mean, you know, it was fed to them because all of the rags, all of the so called news organizations who was on board with what that family was feeding them, you could tell that they were absolutely being fed the same lies because they all regurgitated the same talking points. And so when you see that, you know that that came straight from the palace. And because of that, Reuters really played itself with this article. All the talking points from the palace was right there for everyone to see. They had been compromised. And from this point on, I will always look at them different. And the last squatty said, wow, they're back with the fake pose. Well, that's always been something that we could predict, right? Every time Harry and Meghan pops out and put another point on the board, shows how popular they are, how loved they are, and how much they're lied on when it comes to their popularity, we always get a fake poll. I mean, no surprise here. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this poll, but I think it is just as phony as Willie and Kitty pretending like they like each other. Yes, it is just about as fake as that. And look at this. This was when Harry and Meghan went to the university. And look at the crowd. And all of this was word of mouth. People calling up their family members, their neighbors, their friends, telling them that Harry and Meghan is going to be at the university. And guess what? People showed up. This squatty said, they might not advertise their visits like the royal family, but when people hear Harry and Meghan are nearby, by word of mouth, they show up. Exactly. And this is what you call organic. And none of those left behinds could ever. They could ever. And they know that they could never. And that is the reason why they're so mad. And they do everything to try to sabotage Harry and Meghan. But it always falls short. It always falls flat. Why? Because the smear campaign didn't work. It did not work. And it's dead. Australia put a stake in the heart of the smear campaign. It is officially dead. They might as well just give it up because it's never going to work. Harry and Meghan will continue to be popular. It's nothing they can do about it. You cannot sabotage the shine, no matter what they do. Look at Diana. Did you see the top two most popular royals on that fake poll? I mean, they couldn't even deny it on the fake poll. The two most popular royals are dead. That is Queen Elizabeth and Princess Diana. They are the two most popular royals on there. I mean, those people are in trouble. And this one said, look at how many people gathered outside of the university waiting for Harry and Meghan. These losers really thought that people won't love Princess Diana's baby. Where is the lie? Princess Diana is the second most popular royal on the YouGov poll, and she hadn't been alive in almost 30 years. That says a lot. That says a lot about the pull and the shine that Diana has. And if they were honest, her baby boy would be sitting right there behind her. So they want to try to lie and pretend like Harry and Meghan are not popular and they don't have the shine. But the barrier poll says, yeah, they are the most popular. At least the most popular royals that are alive. I'm just saying. And this squatty said, OMG, look at the crowd at Swinburne University. People came out to have a glimpse of Diana's son and his gorgeous wife. The girl that shook hands with Meghan, her excitement is all of us. This is the turnout when no time of their arrival is announced. Melbourne has really showed some love to the Sussexes. There's so much love for Harry and Meghan down under. Where is the live? Where is it? This was just absolutely superb. You could not have asked for a better outcome. It was absolutely the best. And I also have to give props to Zanny Sussex. She called it. She called this one from the beginning. She said what the British media is saying is nothing but lies. Harry and Meghan will be welcomed with open arms. People love Harry and Meghan down under, and Zanny was right on point. She was. She never ever backed up from any of her comments. She is my hero. I love Zanny, and Zanny was absolutely right. All I can say is all hail to the queen, Queen Zanny. I'm telling you, I love it. And this squatty said, when word got around that Harry and Meghan were at the university, these were the scenes on the other side when they were departing. Harry and Meghan are loved. Look at this. I'm telling you, it was so terrific. We have something to be happy about for a long, long time as squatties because our faves came through and our squad came through and people came through. Good people came through for Harry and Meghan. We really got confirmation that all of the knuckleheads, all of the derangers, the haters, the ugly old hags, the flying monkeys, they are in the minority. They are not the majority. Harry and Meghan are loved in real life. Online is a whole different story. You can buy all the bots that you can afford, especially over there at Kensington Palace. But in real life, you cannot buy people to stand in line or to stand behind barriers. You can. And every time Harry and Meghan comes out, the people come out to support them. And it's just the opposite for the ones who are left behind. I'm going to leave it there. And I'm going to put this up. This is Harry and Meghan at Bondi Beach. They came to do a walk on the beach and also thank the first responders who had to deal with that attack. You know, the one that, I don't even really want to even talk about it because it was so horrendous. But they came out to thank the first responders. And this squatty posted some of the people who just so happened to be on the beach, and also some people who just by word of mouth really found out that Harry and Meghan was there, and the crowd was just growing and growing and growing. I saw some of the commentators talking about this event, and they were saying how as Harry and Meghan walked down the beach, the crowd just continued to grow and grow and grow and grow. They just picked up people as they walked, and it turned out to be a huge, huge crowd because people had called people and said that Harry and Meghan was there. They all came over, and it just started to grow and grow and grow. And it was such a wonderful and beautiful thing. This squatty said, a warm welcome to Bondi Beach. Harry and Meghan at Bondi Beach Surf Bazer Life Saving Club. Some mornings Bondi really outdo themselves. Exactly. It was so nice. And Harry and Meghan spoke to the first responders. They told Harry and Meghan about the excruciating pain of what happened that day. And it was also a mother who was talking about how her and her daughter was there and how she talked to her daughter and talked her daughter through it at the time her daughter was wounded. It was just, and you could see Meghan. Meghan was on the threshold of tears because of this agonizing and tragic story that this mother was talking about, what she went through, her and her daughter. It was extraordinary. This was an extraordinary event. And at the end of her conversation with this mother, of course, Meghan gave her a big, huge hug because that's Meghan. Meghan always wants to try to make things better. And then later, I saw an interview with this mother, and she was talking about it. And it was just a wonderful thing. Like I said, it is just so many moments like that that happened in this visit. It was just extraordinary. And I am just over the moon about how it all turned out. And I'm going to put this up, and it says Prince Harry and Meghan sails on Sydney Harbor with members of Invictus in Sydney. Yes, they did that as well. And let me tell you, they had a reporter out on a boat following Harry and Meghan, waving at Harry and Meghan while they were on the boat. Can you believe that? I mean, they followed Harry and Meghan from the time that their plane touched down in Australia. Well, let me rewind that. They actually followed Harry and Meghan while they were still in the sky. They had a camera on the plane as it was landing. So they followed Harry and Meghan from that point all the way to the end. I mean, the media even rented a boat to follow them on the sail around Sydney Harbor. I mean, they rented a chopper to watch them as they go to the harbor. I mean, it was crazy the amount of coverage. I saw one of these so called royal experts, and she said that she had been covering the royals for well over 10 years or more. And because of that, she said that even when Queen Mary of Denmark, who is an Australian citizen, even when she came to visit, she did not get the same coverage as Harry and Meghan did. Now, what do y'all think about that? So this is how much of a big deal Harry and Meghan is. You can measure it by that. That Queen Mary didn't get as much coverage as Harry and Meghan. And that is not coming from me. That's coming from one of their flying monkeys. And also, Harry and Meghan attended a sporting event. It says Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, attended the Round 10 Super Rugby match between the NSW. And y'all, I'm going to leave it right there. Y'all can read the names because I do not want to butcher them. But yes, Harry and Meghan attended a rugby match, and they looked adorable. They did. And I'm going to put this up. Look at this. Somebody posted a picture of Harry and Meghan holding hands during the game and said this: Neil reliably informed us that they held hands throughout the first half of the match. I'm not even going to attempt the names. It says, love conquers all. Where's the lie? Where is it? Harry and Meghan have been together for 10 years, and you can clearly see that this is a love match. I mean, been together 10 years and are still holding hands and love one another. Y'all remember in the Harry and Meghan documentary, and Harry was driving and he was talking about his relationship with Meghan, and he said it was a love affair for the history books, and he said it only just begun. And he was right. It only just begun. They are a love match. They are a love match. And you can tell. After 10 years of being together, their love has clearly only grown stronger. And boy, it is wonderful to see. And also, Harry and Meghan racked up on some more sports merch. Yes, they did. Look at this. It says, in the Rugby Australian Suite, the RA CEO Phil Roth gave Harry and Meghan Wallaby jerseys with their names on the back, as well as little jerseys and shirts for the children. Prince Archie and Princess Lilibeth. Roth also gave the couple brown Wallaby brand RM William boots. Look at this. Harry is smelling the leather. And you think Harry is not going to wear those boots? He absolutely will. He is smelling the leather already. I cannot with him. I cannot. And this particular squatty posted this picture of them leaving. It says, they look amazing. A perfect ending for what was a remarkably successful trip. It was. It was so good. It was. And this was the end of all of their public engagements. Yes, they look so good. They do. And this squatty posted this picture and said, power couple. Yes. Don't they look good? They just look good. And look at this. This is from the girls' retreat. It is. And Meghan's Q&A. This squatty posted this picture of Meghan and Gemma and said, Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, and Gemma O'Neill at the Best Life Retreat. Gemma wrote, we could not adore you more, Meghan. Thank you for your vulnerability, honesty, and joy. Yes, I mean, they both look so good. Gemma looks so good. She does. And I feel so bad for Gemma. She was really put through the ringer on this. She was. The minute that it was announced that Meghan was going to be a guest speaker at her retreat, they absolutely sent in the flying monkeys to attack her. And attack her they did. They attacked her on a professional level, attacking her business. They attacked her on a personal level. I mean, it was relentless to the point where she even lost a child. Another child lost because of that tabloid machine over there across the pond. That is the reason why I will forever have nothing but smoke for anybody who works for any one of those rags over there. These two women lost children because of that nonsense over there across the pond. So yeah, I'm always gonna keep my foot on their neck. But this is such a beautiful picture. Y'all tell me what y'all think. And here's another beautiful picture of Meghan. Meghan looks so gorgeous. And I'm telling you, the staging was absolutely on point. Everything looked so beautiful. I remember the articles coming out saying that everything was half done. I even saw a flying monkey say that this was a low rate hotel, that it was a chain hotel. That's the way they put it. But look at this beautiful, beautiful setting. They have been proven to be liars at every turn. I mean, all you have to do is sit back and wait for the lies to be exposed. I mean, one by one, Harry and Meghan has knocked all of their lies down. I mean, it has been beautiful. It has been joyous. It has been just everything to watch, to see them be exposed. And this is another one. This is another one. They lied on the hotel. And look at this. Is this not beautiful? That coffee table is gorgeous. I mean, the setting is just gorgeous. Oh my goodness. And look who is sitting right there in the middle of the girls' retreat. That would be Prince Harry. This squatty said, oh my God, y'all remember all of those threats Meghan received online from crazies saying that they were going to infiltrate the retreat. Prince Harry basically saying, you got me all the way effed up. Yes, you got him effed up if you thought that he was not going to be there to show his support and to protect his wife. This squatty said, baby, he is set with security at the women's only retreat. My goodness, what a protective husband. Harry do not play about his wife. When will they learn that Harry do not play about his wife? I mean, he has made that perfectly clear, and it seems like it's somehow getting lost in translation. But Harry is there to reiterate that he does not play about his wife. Harry said, "You got me all effed up. I will show up on the spot and blow up the spot if you have any kind of disrespect for my wife." Harry is front and center ready to take care of business. He will stomp a mud hole in anybody who wants to pop up or pop off. Y'all know Harry is protective of Meghan, and I just love this about Harry. That is one of the reasons why I am such a fan of Prince Harry, because Harry does not play about what's his. And I'm the same way. I don't play about what's mine. Mess with something that's mine if you want to. You'll fool around and get a mud hole stomped in your arse. I'm just like Harry on that one. And look at some of the beautiful women that attended this girls' retreat. Aren't they gorgeous? I mean, these are gorgeous women. It says, an honor to MC the Best Life Gala dinner with Meghan Markle last night. Liz and Sarah. Look at them. They are gorgeous. The Flying Monkeys, they all talked about how much it cost, but it was worth the money. You can tell. These people had a good time. And can you really put a price on a good time? I don't think so. Life is short. And look at this. It says Meghan was gifted this piece by Gemma O'Neill at the Best Life Retreat. As she presented the artwork, Gemma shared moving sentiments. We're a group of women who have your back. You know what? That is what I sent to Kaylee. Kaylee is one of the squatties that was chosen to attend this girls' retreat. And when she got confirmation that she was going to secure her ticket to this girl retreat, she said that she was going to put a book together of all the squatties' well wishes for Meghan. And if you had any well wishes or any messages that you wanted relayed to Meghan, to DM her, and she would include it in the book. So I DM'd her for her to tell Meghan that we had her back. The squad had her back. And so for Gemma to say this, it is just a full circle moment for me. I don't know if Meghan read my message, but she heard it, because Gemma said, we are a group of women who have your back. So Meghan got the message that I wanted her to have. What a full circle moment, because I didn't know if she would read it in the book, but now it was confirmation that she got that message. I just felt that she really needed to know that it was people out here that had her back. And for Gemma to say that, oh, that was confirmation that, yeah, she got the message. And this squatty said, I looked into the titled Solo at the Beach on original acrylic by Emma Martin. Is it not beautiful? It is beautiful. What a kind and generous gift. I mean, Gemma is first class, is she not? Oh, I will always be a fan of Gemma's. Yes, this is such a beautiful picture. And it has a striped shirt, Meghan's signature striped shirt. I love it. I love it. And look at all of these gorgeous women. They are gorgeous. I mean, everybody, did all the beautiful women in Australia show up to this retreat? Because everybody is gorgeous. This squatty said, it's not every day you can say you met someone as beautiful as Meghan Markle, Lelena Sandili. I'm telling you, I don't know which one is Lelani, but boy, all of them are gorge, are they not? All right, y'all, we're going to change gears a little bit, and we're going to talk about the meltdowns. And first up is this woman from the Express. And this is what she said. She said, it's one or the other, showing up to do good or making money. Trying to do both blurs the boundaries and leaves everyone confused. Now, what I'm confused about is why is this only applied to Harry and Meghan? The rest of them who are not working royals, who have titles, do it all the time and has been doing it since Queen Elizabeth's time. Let's look at Prince Michael and all of that lot. They were actually working roles and they still was making deals behind the scenes. So stop it. It makes no sense. And we don't even have to talk about Zara and her meathead husband, Mike, all the shenanigans they be up to trying to make money. But yet and still, it's only applied to Harry and Meghan. Why? Because Harry and Meghan are successful at it. That's why they never thought Harry and Meghan would be successful. It absolutely hurts them to the core, to the depths of their souls, that they have not been able to destroy Harry and Meghan and destroy Harry and Meghan's earning potential. They went after both. They went after their reputation and they also went after their ability to earn a living, and they failed on both endeavors. They did. And now they're mad, they're big mad, and trying to rewrite history and rewrite the rules for Harry and Meghan. Well, we're not going to allow you to do that. It is just not going to happen. And this is what she said. It is uneasy juxtaposition and shows that the Queen was right to block them from securing a half in, half out role. Well, I tell you what, your royal family would be in a better situation and a better position on the world stage if Harry and Meghan was still a part of it. So half in, half out would have benefited them, not Harry and Meghan, because we all know y'all would have been in there trying to sabotage and control everything they were doing. So all I can say is y'all lost, they won, get over it, move on. And this squatty went and posted exactly what Queen Elizabeth said when Harry and Meghan left that family, and the specifics of what Harry and Meghan was allowed to do under this so-called Sandringham agreement. And Harry and Meghan has not put a foot wrong, have not reneged not one time on any of the things that Harry agreed to in that summit. But we all know William and Charles have reneged on everything, including the security. So miss me with the bullshit. Just absolutely miss me with the fake outrage, because we have the receipts. And here it is. This squatty said, just in case you lost Queen Elizabeth II's statement about the Sussexes, here's a reminder. So please spare us the forced bullshit, racism laced outrage. Y'all can actually F right off. We are effing tired. Where's the lie? Where is it? I have had enough of the bullshites. Y'all know I have had it up to my eyeballs of them rewriting history and putting words in that dead woman's mouth. I have just had it. This is what the squatty posted. This is what Queen Elizabeth said on the departure of the Sussexes. She said this: the Duke and Duchess of Sussex will become privately funded members of the royal family with permission to earn their own income and the ability to pursue their own private charitable interests. Now, where has Harry and Meghan veered one way or the other from that agreement? Tell me, I want to know, because y'all are straight up on the bullshit. You really are. And it's getting really, really old at this point. Squatties are posting everywhere the receipts. This is a receipt. This is what she said. We don't have to dig her up and stick our hands up her back and move her mouth and put words in it. We know exactly what she said because she said it before she died. She said that Harry and Meghan was to earn a living. That's what they're doing. They're earning a living. They have a right to earn a living. Who in the world works and do not get paid? It's as if they cannot handle the success of this couple because they don't want them to get paid. It makes no sense. And then she also said that they had the right, they had the ability to pursue their own private charitable interests. Where have they veered from that? Not at all. Every charitable interest that they pursued down in Australia was people who wanted them to be there. They didn't impose themselves on anybody. So miss me with the bullshites. Miss me completely. Because at this point, squatties are tired. We're tired of it. Read the receipt. And here's old flat face Camilla Tominey. She's acting like she's confused. I'm confused why this is any of their business. That's what I am confused about. She says, are Harry and Meghan blurring the lines between philanthropy and profit? And my whole thing is, why are you worried about it? This line has been blurred so long ago, way before Harry and Meghan ever came on the scene. You need to ask Fergie. Fergie has done nothing but to profit off of her royal titles. And nothing, when I say nothing, nothing was ever said about it. At least not until she was exposed as being one of the close associates to J.E., one of the most prolific pedo that has ever lived. But yet and still, they never ever said anything about her grifting off of her royal title until then. But up until that point, nobody had a problem with anything that she chose to put her name on. Let's not forget Fergie put her name on Weight Watchers. Meghan and Harry has done no such thing as that. They have not done any commercial advertisement or anything like that. Meghan built a business, a legitimate business, a business that is very upscale. Not in any way have they pursued anything that could be considered somehow disrespectful to that family. All I can say is this: everything that's going on with that family, the crashing and burning of that family has nothing to do with Harry and Meghan. If anything, Harry and Meghan has been a lifeline for that family because at least it is someone connected to that family is upholding themselves to a standard that people can respect. Because if you look over there at the left behinds, two adulterers sitting on the throne. I mean, if you go back and look at all the things that they have done, and the queen is a bed hopper. And then let's not even talk about Willie and Kitty, future king and queen dumb as a rock. Yes, let's not talk about all the fake and phony things that they have been up to. So all I can say is all of them have been pedo sympathizers and protectors. So Harry and Meghan are the only bright spot that family can claim on the world stage. So flat-faced Camilla Tominey needs to take a seat. On second thought, she needs to take several seats because she's out here embarrassing herself, peddling this nonsense. It is just ridiculous. And this squatty said the idea that only members of the working royals get to be charitable and adored by the public is as ludicrous as the people trying to sell it. What do you mean it's not okay for two of the most famous people on earth to highlight charitable causes while on a business trip? Exactly. Is this what you're trying to say? I'll tell you what they're trying to say though. It's not okay because they're successful. They really, really thought that they had the power to destroy people because they had done it so many times before Harry and Meghan. They had destroyed so many lives. and they really thought that they had the power to destroy Harry and Meghan. And Harry and Meghan has been so resilient and so successful and is thriving and making money, and they just cannot handle it. They are really, really shook because now reality has hit, and now they know they're not as big and bad as they thought they were, and neither is that monarchy. Yes, they have been proven to be feckless. And I'm going to put this up because this proves how popular Harry and Meghan are. It says, imagine saying Harry and Meghan are unwanted in Australia when the reality is restaurants and cafes are resorting to generating AI images of Harry and Meghan to trick the public into thinking that the royal couple dined there to try to drum up business. Can you believe that? They are making these AI mock-ups of Harry and Meghan saying that they dined at their restaurant. And here is an example. Now, if you look really close, you can tell that that's not really Harry and Meghan, but it is a pretty good copy, I must say. But what y'all think about this? Yes, they were talking about Harry and Meghan is so unwanted. They are toxic. But here restaurants are making AI images of them pretending as if they had dined at their restaurant in order to drum up business. What y'all think about that? And this squatty said, this is actually funny, but in reality says so much about the situation on the ground. They are over the moon. Harry and Meghan are in Australia. That much is crystal clear. Yes, I cannot, y'all. I cannot. I just think this is the best. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this. And this was in the Telegraph. They act like they don't know, but they know. They know that that family fumbled the bag. It says Harry and Meghan's Australia tour shows what the royal family is missing. Duke and Duchess win over large crowds down under despite facing backlash in lead up to the visit. Well, we all know what the backlash was. It was manufactured. Yes, y'all drummed up all of that backlash. Y'all made it so toxic. Y'all thought that people would not come out. And in actuality, it was not about you. You don't have that kind of power anymore. I bet you they feel so small, so belittled at this point because they really tried it, didn't they? They really tried it. They put everything that they had into sabotaging this trip, and it ended up for naught. Yes, and the squatty that posted this said, yes, her Royal Highness the Duchess of Sussex has star power, and she is blessed and highly favored by the Almighty. Where's the lie? And don't forget our prince. He is highly favored as well. He is. Harry is something special. He really is. And yeah, they know they fumbled the bag. And look at this. This is a perfect example of them knowing, at least they should know, that they fumbled the bag. Because on one side is Harry and Meghan being mobbed in Australia, and on the other side is Willie walking down the streets of Scotland, and nobody is saying anything to him. I mean, the barriers are on the side of the building. They didn't even put the barrier pole out for Willie. So yeah, they fumbled the bag. And this what he said, I'm sure the firm realized they made a huge mistake. Yeah, they know they did, but they don't care. It's ego driven over there. They absolutely prefer to seek than to have anybody to outshine them. This is the sickness. This is the sickness of the monarchy. I'm just saying. All right, y'all. Y'all know I love to end on a positive note, so I'm going to end with this. These are flip flops that the Invictus team gave to Harry and Meghan. On Harry's, it says, "Good day, Hazza." And on Meghan, it says, "Good day, Megs." And they are just so cute. And Harry's smile is just everything. And the squatty that posted this said, "Thank you, Australia. Dear Aussies, we love you. We do. We absolutely do. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are. All right, y'all. Listen, if you hadn't subscribed, please subscribe. If you have the hype up button, please hype your girl up. Hype the podcast up. It helps so very much. It really does. I really would appreciate it. And if you want to be a part of the reading club, the button down there, the membership button is right below the screen. And y'all, we still have a lot to get through. We do. So just look out. Another podcast is coming your way soon because we have a lot to wade through and some good stuff to come. So y'all hang on in there and just hang out with me, okay? All right, y'all. I'll see y'all a little later. Bye.